Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. In the last episode, we got ourselves a golden train. We did the Lost at Sea Station. Good stuff, really. But now we pretty much have all the kind of extra enhancements we can give to Link. You know, full heart containers, golden train, the swordsman scrolls, all that shebang. So now what we're going to do in the next two videos is this final Take 'em All on challenge. Now, normally you can get a quiver from this, but you can only get 2 quivers in the game. We already have both quivers, so this is like a third optional way to get the quiver. I mean, obviously, it's pretty late game in order for you to get it, so it's recommended you do the other two anyway. However, we're going to do this anyway because A, it's fun, B, it's part of the game, and C, there's actually something pretty cool that happens at the end. Although, this actually isn't as hard as I thought it was. I think it's only like 16 floors or so. I thought it was like 30, 40, 50-ish, but no, it's actually not that bad. And I guess the reason I thought it was so hard is just make sure those guys don't hit you. One really easy way to make this a lot easier. Easy way to make this easier. Yeah, well said, Lucky. But it's to use the bow of light, or just the bow in general. Actually, would be helpful. Whether it's the bow of light or the bow doesn't really help. But hopefully, this actually show off the bow of light a lot easier, a lot more to you guys as well, because I haven't really got to show it off that much yet. But the bow, do not be stingy of arrows. I mean, make sure you start this with 50 arrows because it's really helpful to have the 50 arrows, but don't be stingy of them because they really come in handy and save you a lot of hearts, especially on a lot of certain enemies, which otherwise tend to be pretty tough to take down without using the bow. So just use the bow, make good use out of it. Don't worry for the, because obviously the bosses will be coming, because obviously the bosses can give you extra arrows anyway, so running out of arrows is not the biggest deal. And as you can see, having the swordsman scroll number 1 really helpful for this part of the stage right here. So make sure you don't take a hit in the first one because it can be really helpful here. Just go in the corner, avoid all these guys. There's so many of them. And then, like I said, don't be stingy on the bow. A full bow of light shot it does do extra damage, so it will take these guys out in one shot, and it will go piercing. So you can actually get multiple hits with one shot if you line them up correctly, which so far I haven't really seemed to have done. But it really makes this whole section a lot easier, especially the shockwaves. They really do simplify things. Hopefully these guys won't hit me. Come on. Aim it. Come on, get this one. Come on, aim. Oh, that guy's coming from behind. Oh, crap, nope, no. And there goes my shockwaves. But the shockwaves really aren't that important. The Great Spin could be helpful here, but in general, I don't like to chance it because you can take hits, unnecessary hits from doing it if you don't time it just right. So I'd stick with the bow and just use your sword to pick off the last few. I mean, that you don't really need the bow for. The bow, and just making sure you're getting the corner, it really will help save you a lot of damage because you won't get swarmed as easily there. So it's recommended that you do that. And that's generally the strategy you want to be doing here. Go in the corner, using the bow. Also the bow right here, obviously really helpful because these guys can get, will get 2-shot the bow, as opposed to having to get close to them and they start dodging. And the other ones start throwing stuff at you. They don't dodge the bow, so just use the bow. It does make your life a lot easier there. Barely stopped that bow not too long ago. But yeah. Last guy, I'm just gonna finish him off with my sword, and all will be well. So that's 3 floors done already, not too bad. Like I said, this is gonna take 2 videos because it does take a while, and obviously, as you guys know, we're gonna be fighting all 5 bosses at some point throughout this thing, so you know it's gonna take a while. Here, I don't like to waste the bow because I don't think you really need to. Just there's so many of them that just boomerang, just go ridiculous areas with your boomerang, and you can actually wipe out a lot of them just by that. Just look at that, just kill like half of them with one boomerang there. So just for the most part, you can get away with using the boomerang, and then maybe pick off the last few with the whip or the bow. The whip tends to be a bit better, I guess, for one-on-one, for like just taking out the last 1 or 2. The bow generally is not very easy to hit these guys with the bow anyway. So in the end, I guess I'd recommend freaking keys. These last ones are a bit tricky to hit the boomerang unless you just get lucky with them. It is kind of luck-based, but the boomerang, when there's so many of them, it's gonna hit a lot of them anyway. So just trying to attempt here. Can't really hit this last. Oh, there we go. On the final swing there, I thought I was gonna bring out the whip there, but nope. Don't have to use that. Just the boomerang was good enough there. So that's good. That makes me happy. Anyways, here's where things start to get a little more interesting, and where you're probably gonna start taking a lot of damage. Because you have to fight 3 of these guys at once. I mean, this is like a little mini boss that we had to fight, just one of them, and he gave us trouble. And now I have to fight 3 of them at the same time. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because the nice thing about this is that these guys can actually harm each other. So if you get them charged up like this, as you get here, like that little smack there, that means that you've actually done damage to them. So, I mean, do a couple smacks, wait for them to charge back, and obviously get out of the way if they start charging up. And just take your time. Don't get too anxious with this. Let them continue to hit each other. And I mean, especially if you get them in a certain position, like as long as the club is on them, they'll actually take multiple hits. So as you can see, you can kind of there, right there. So you can hear multiple hits. You can actually glitch it so they can do multiple damage to them. Now I'm not sure exactly how much damage these hits do. I do know that they do hurt because I have seen them get killed by these kind of things. So it definitely does hurt them, but it doesn't do much. Did that kill one of them? No, they're still up. Okay, never mind. Or is he? No, he's gone. Okay, so there we go. One of them is actually finished off already. That's not bad. So yeah, it definitely does help to sort of line them up and doing the little trick there. Ow! Alright, wake up, Link. Get your head back in the game. Get your head back in the game. There we go. Alright, so just circle around. These guys aren't too bad. They're more intimidating than they are dangerous, I suppose. Just keep hurting each other for me, please. These guys, oh, you guys are so dumb. You guys are smacking each other with clubs and you don't even realize it. You think they would want to spread out a little bit more, not be so stupid, not be so silly. Also, how are they all? They all have the Pirate King necklace. How are they all Pirate Kings? This is a lie. You can only have one king. Clearly, they are fighting each other for the right to be Pirate King. That's really what this all is. I want to know how the woman managed to get 3 of these things in this one room. They're like, hey, come in this one room. How did she get the bosses in this room? Like, seriously, they're like, hey, you're a boss. Come play. You're gonna be part of our arena. How did they get in here? That doesn't make any sort of sense. Like, maybe if this is some. Oh, I guess it kind of looks like a little magical portal when you sign for it. Maybe it's like a magical portal into the realm of Link's mind. I don't know. I'm not really sure what this whole Take 'em all on challenge is supposed to be. How are there 15 floors? Where are all these floors? Are we like underground somewhere? I don't know. I'm just trying to make logic out of something that I really shouldn't be. Let's just go with the magic. Magic always. Ow! Get out of here, douchebag. Anyway, very similar to the other stealth bows. Just use the bow of light. As you can see, the piercing there definitely helps. The bow of light. These guys would take 3 arrows normally, as you guys remember from the past. But the bow of light, they only take 1. For them to fall down, their bodies to crumble. There we go, that's what I was looking for. So, I mean, we're running pretty low on arrows, but generally this is what you want to be doing. And eventually, you know, some of them do drop arrows. I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, those are some arrows up there. Are they? Yes, grab them. Yes, there we go. I mean, as long as you get a couple of arrow drops, you'll definitely have more than enough arrows to take this all on. So, and here, well, as expected, we're gonna fight some of these guys because, you know, Sand Wand, all that fun stuff. You know, you guys knew they would be here. So really, just I mean, I like to get 2 of them, or 2 or 3 of them, you know, all hardened up, and then I can easily just, you know, take down a couple of them pretty quickly. Hey, buddy, trying to run me over there. Oh, there we go. There's one here. Can I make it in time? Get away from me! No, get out of here! Hit you with my button. No! Darn it! And if you can't kill them all at once, they actually regain all their health completely. So unfortunately, they won't be super cracked when we freeze them up again. They have recovered. So we're going to start from scratch, but that's okay. There's 5 of them here, so I like to get 2 pairs, so you can kill the pairs, you can just knock them against each other to kill them. It's usually the easiest way to do it. And then we can just, you know, use our Sand Wand to freeze these guys up, basically, and that makes things a lot simpler, I guess. Anyways, so these guys are pretty much done. Not really too hard. This is this is actually a little bit better than I expected. Like, generally, if you're like below 3 hearts of damage at this point, as in, like, you've taken less than 3 hearts of damage, you're doing pretty good for yourself, I think. And by the way, this is something I really should mention that people have told me, and I didn't know this before, and I feel like an idiot for not knowing this, but apparently if you use the L or R buttons, you can activate your item without having to press it, which makes this a lot easier using the Sand Wand. Really, it's not that big a factor for most other weapons, but the Sand Wand especially, like, it's really helpful just to use L or R and not have to worry about pressing back and forth, because you're always on such a time limit with the Sand Wand anyway. And even if you're with doing that trick, it's still pretty tough to... Ow! Don't hit me in the face of rocks. Who throws a rock? Alright, let's see if we can take these guys down. These guys are so... No! You're annoying! Stop it! There we go. Let's kill this one. Kill. There we go. Luckily with our enhanced sword, as you can see, we do extra damage with the sword as well, so we can actually finish these guys off with 1 hit. Which is really helpful because, you know... It's really annoying to do 2 hits, and you get the 1 off, and then they manage to escape. And there's only 1 left. Just get this guy, come on. Kill. Kill! There we go. They're dead. I hate those enemies, they're so freaking annoying. But, there we go. Another floor completed. Moving on. Not the most exciting episode, I just realized. Just a bunch of enemy killing, but what can you do? This one's actually interesting, though. Because, as you can see, and actually I was probably going to show in a second, you actually have no items here. You have to use the electric thing to kill these guys, as opposed to, you know, just using the bow and killing them in like 2 hits like you could in the dungeon. You actually have to, oh, I guess I didn't really shut off, but you can't use any items. You can't use the bow. I mean, you can see in the corner there of the sand one not being available. I mean, sure, maybe only the sand one would be available, but that'd be stupid. It's actually every item. Just take my word for it. So just basically you want to shock these guys. You can grab some rubies here. It's actually the Take Them All challenge is not a bad way to make a little bit of extra money. Well, okay, it is actually a pretty bad way, because why would you want to do all of this work just to make like 20 rubies? That doesn't make any sense. But at least I guess what I'm trying to say is you can make your money back at least. So if you fail, you will pretty much have unlimited tries. You won't have to worry about running out of money doing this whole thing. Although, considering I have over 1,000 rubies, money's obviously not really that much of an object. Although I guess if I was trying to do the whole beetle thing, which I'm not, I guess money would be more of an issue, but it's not anymore. And these guys are dead, so we shall move on with this. How many more do we have left? I'm thinking, I think there's either 1 or 2 more floors. It might be just 1 more before the bosses. And yeah, okay, I think this is the last one. This one's interesting because you have a ton of these guys. You can see what the problem would be. But what you want to do is you want to stand in the corner and, like before, use the bow of light, because they can actually one-shot these, or just get pretty close to one-shotting them. You'll only one-shot them, but it'll put them on like 1 health left, and then you're pretty much good to go. So just snipe them out. Hit the. I actually wonder if hitting them straight in the eye does something different, because I know sometimes they survive 1 health left, and other times they actually just completely die. Like these ones are being fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how it works, because I've seen them survive before, and I've seen some not survive. So, like, okay, that one survived. Maybe it might be maybe I'm getting like multiple hits in back because I knocked them back with the bow, and then it pierces through them and does additional damage. That might be possible. I'm not sure. But well, that one finished them all off in 1 hit, so maybe it's just how long you charge on the bow. Maybe I haven't been charging it in long enough. Anyways, for the rest of this episode, well, basically the rest of this thing is going to be 5 bosses in a row. Obviously, looking at the video time, I'm not going to get 5 bosses in, 7 minutes. So, I'm going to be doing the first 2 now, I believe, and then we'll be doing the rest of this thing next episode, which I'm going to put up tomorrow. I will have a break in between. And then we shall have the entire Tower of Spirits done, which is always... Or, Tower of Spirits? No, then we'll have the Take 'Em All on Challenge done, and then we can go to the Tower of Spirits. That's what I meant to say. Try again, Lucky. I'm making pretty good time, though, of this. I was actually surprised how well this is going. The Bow of Light really is the key to doing this well. I mean, I only have 4 hearts of damage, so I have a good, 12 hearts? That's not horrible to do 5 bosses, and I might actually be able to do this whole thing. It might actually be possible. I don't know, we'll have to see. But, Stagnox obviously is a threat. What's his face? Fraaz, he might do a little bit of damage. I'm not expecting him to do that much. Freaking, what's the third one? Phyclops, that one's gonna be a pain in the ass. I expect it to probably take the most damage from that one. Skeldritch, maybe if the L trick now that, now that I know how to do the buttons, he might be a bit easier. I'm hoping I won't fail so much of him. Or at least I can redeem myself. And Cragma, I'm usually pretty good at. I know I did those last 2 out of order, but that's okay. So, maybe I can do this without doing a potion. That would be pretty epic, actually. I'd be pretty proud of that. No, you cannot use a Song of Healing here, by the way, so I would have to use my 2 potions. I'll get full health left, so I mean, at this point, I think with how many hearts? Like, it'd be like 16 plus 16 plus 12, so like 44 hearts. I think I can do all 5 bosses with that much hearts, but ideally, if I don't use a potion, I won't have to use it later in the game, and that'd be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens. Stagnox, what else do I have to say? We've seen this guy 4 times now. Like, there's really no reason to comment anymore about Stagnox and his silliness. I'm kind of being a little greedy here. I'm like, I'm gonna do the great spin, and then this thing stops me. Great spin. You're so cool, but it leaves you so vulnerable. How did I get hit, though? I was spinning around at the super crazy speeds. I shouldn't have gotten hit by anything. I call shenanigans to that one. Yeah, pretty much shenanigans. But this guy's almost down. Should we just go, 1 more round, I think? He generally takes 3 rounds. I know I've done him in 2 before, but most of the time it takes 3. Like, you have to be like really spot on if your sword slashes, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. Really, if there's one thing that I don't like about this game, it's the fact that the motion control your slashes. They're not motion control, but touchscreen control. Everything else that's touchscreen controlled, I don't have much issue with it, but just the whole sword thing, I feel like they could have done the sword a bit better, made it a little bit easier to control, because there's just times where it just doesn't work the way I want to. I'll tap on an enemy, and Link will just run over there instead of attacking him, or start rolling around. Or I slash, he does something else instead. It's just a little too finicky for my taste. Just my personal preferences. Anyway, that's round 1. Like I said, we'll do one more boss, then we'll call it a video, I think. It seems pretty fair. And then the rest of the boss rush will be next time. Kind of odd that to split like this. Would have been nice to get all 5 bosses together, but that would have just been like a ridiculously short video and then a ridiculously long video. And like, you know what? Nah, not gonna do that. So, Fraaz, we meet again for the 3rd time. Really, what do I have to say to you other than you're annoying? Yes, go all puffy, do your little bat pig bat laugh thing. I don't even know what the hell you're supposed to be. Are you wearing a vest, sir? It definitely looks like he's wearing a vest. He's a bat pig bat wearing a vest. What's to hate about that? Anyway, Boomerang, we've done this whole shenanigan before, so nothing too special. As usual, you can't use any other items that you wouldn't have had at the time of fighting this boss, so we only have the Boomerang and the Whirlwind at the time. Obviously, the Whirlwind's not going to give us any help, so Boomerang's what it's going to be. Nope. Oh, I managed an epic dodge there. Man, that was almost a fail. Then it turned to an epic win, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, round 1 out of 5 is done. As you guys remember, you have to fight him like that once. You have to fight his little form, then once as big form again, then the little form again, and the big form again. So big, little big, little big. I guess, if that makes any sort of sense. How did I miss this one up before? I guess I'm just a little too slow on that one. A little slow with my Boomerang today. Oh, I remember why. It's because my batteries were dying as I did this. So I was like, oh, well, and then that completely screwed up my whole timing because it made everything a little laggy. I remember that now. That's why I was being so slow. But, yes, lag, batteries, always a good thing to check before you start recording, Lucky. But really, this guy's not that hard, as long as we just be careful. The key to doing this whole thing and the whole Take 'em all challenge is just be careful. Don't take a lot of unnecessary risks, which is certainly not something I'm very good at doing, you know, the whole unnecessary risks thing, but, I try. Anyways, you're gonna do your little ice thing, alright. Just run and run and run. I like the music. I do like the I'm not sure which boss music I like better, because 2 and 4 have their own music, and then obviously 1, 3, and 5 have their own music. So like, you know, the music alternates in the game. Kind of interesting that they have 2 different boss themes. Ow! Ow! I was a little slow on that one. Alright, let's try this again. Fire. Nope, that's not gonna be enough. Crap. Can I just not fail this? Oh, I am. Oh God, no! Oh, that was a bad combination. I get frozen by the guy, and then my fire boomerang happens to hit him while he charges up his fire. Yes, that definitely helps. That was the worst boomerang fail ever. That was actually pretty funny. I'm frozen. I just took like so much damage from that just because of being an idiot, but whatever. I'm still at a decent amount of health here. As long as Cyclops doesn't go too badly, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So let's just hit this guy a couple more times, and we'll be good to go. Just one more big phase left to do. We should be able to do this. No problem. No problem at all. Except for the fact this guy's already kind of been a little bit of a problem. Well, at least I did Stagnox decently. If I failed Stagnox, I know I kind of failed. I did take damage from one of those bomb bug things. So really, I just can't do a boss properly. Whatever. Not a big deal. I have plenty of hearts. I can still afford a few hits. Watch like freaking Cyclops take all of it down, though. It's probably gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. It's meant to be. Anyways, just one more little round. I think there should be one last round left and we should be done. So, we're pretty much wrapping up this episode at this point. In the next episode, guys, well, let's see if I can get this right first before I start making it. Don't do fire! I'll just charge you up, save a little bit of time. Just want to end this episode. Move on to other boss rushes. There we go. I kind of played it a little risky there, but if we just get an extra... No, jump... wall! Okay, maybe this is gonna get to you longer than I thought. Can we just finish this guy off, please? Not that hard. Sort of just making really long, drawn-out motions to just make sure it hits him a few extra times. There we go! Why was that so difficult? Should not have been difficult. But Fraaz is down, guys, so in the next episode, we'll be taking down the rest of the boss rush, and there is going to be, like I said, an extra little thing at the end of this thing, a little reward for all our hard work and all our boss fighting. So stay tuned for that, guys. This is LuckySevenDX signing out. See you later for more Spirit Tracks. Bye-bye.